Government schemes. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, Prime Minister Kisan Samman Nidhi is for income support, Agricultural Infrastructure Fund is for building infrastructure, FPOs also I guess, Agri Sure Fund, प्रधानमंत्री अन्नदाता आय संरक्षण अभियान पीएम आशा स्कीम नमो दीदी नमो ड्रोन दीदी स्कीम प्राइम मिनिस्टर धन्य धान्य कृषि योजना फॉर 100 for just like aspirational district programs. Prime Minister Dhanya Dhanya Krishi Yojana is also there. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan Yojana PMKFY, National Mission on Natural Farming, Credit Guarantee Scheme for Electronic Non-Negotiable Warehousing Receipt Based Pledge Financing, Credit Guarantee Scheme for ENWR based pledge financing. Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana PMGKY. Ministry of Commerce and Industry के दो स्कीम्स है, रिमिशन ऑफ ड्यूटीज एंड टैक्स ऑन इम्पोर्टेड प्रोडक्ट्स RODTEP स्कीम और उत्तर पूर्व ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन स्कीम उन्नति. तो उन्नति स्कीम इज बाय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ केमिकल्स एंड फर्टिलाइजर्स का पीएम प्रणाम स्कीम है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर प्रोग्राम फॉर रिस्टोरेशन अवेयरनेस जनरेशन नरिशमेंट एंड अमेलियोरेशन ऑफ मदर अर्थ. Ministry of Corporate Affairs PM Internship Scheme, Ministry of Culture Gyan Bharatam Scheme, Minister Mission for Manuscript Conservation Gyan Bharatam Scheme. Ministry of Communications PM Wani, Prime Minister Wi-Fi Network Interface, Ministry of Civil Aviation Udan 5.5, उड़े देश का आम नागरिक स्कीम, Ministry of Development of North Eastern Region Donor, Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast PM Divine Scheme. Ministry of Earth Sciences promoting research in Earth systems, science, technology and human resource development, Prithvi Vigyan scheme. Ministry of Education Pradhan Mantri Schools for Rising India scheme. Prerna scheme, EDSEL Vidyanjali scholarship scheme, EDCIL Vidyanjali scholarship scheme, One Nation One subscription, Pradhan Mantri Vidya Lakshmi scheme, Swam portal. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Bhashini Initiative, India AI Mission, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, National Clean Air Program, Green Credit Program, Mangrove Initiative for Shoreline Habitats and Tangible Income Scheme, and Meri Life My app. Ministry of Finance Unified Pension Scheme, Mutual Credit Guarantee Scheme from MSMEs, PAN 2.0 project, Atal Pension Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana and NPS Vatsalya. Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Kisan Samriddhi Sayojana, Revised Rashtriya Gokul Mission, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, National One Health Mission, Ayushman Card, Janani Suraksha Yojana, Ayushman Bharat Health Accounts, ABHA, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, Ayushman Bharat Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Matritva Abhiyan. Ministry of Heavy Industries, Prime Minister Electric Drive Revolution in Innovative Vehicle Enhancement PM E-Drive Scheme, Ministry of Heavy Industries, Ministry of Home Affairs, National Forensic Infrastructure Enhancement Program NFIES, Vibrant Village Program, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Mahua Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban, City Investments to Innovate, Integrate and Sustain 2.0, CITIS 2.0, Prime Minister Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi's PM Swanidhi, Ministry of Jal Shakti Jal Jeevan Mission Har Ghar Jal, Swachh Bharat Mission SPM, Ministry of Labour and Employment E-Shram Portal, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises PM Vishwakarma Scheme, and Ministry of Minority Affairs Maulana Azad National Fellowship, Ministry of Mines National Critical Minerals Mission, and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, and Prime Minister Kisan Urja Sunraksha Evam Utthan Mahabhiyan Scheme for Farmers PM Kusum. Niti Aayog Aspirational District Program Vocal for Local Initiative, Ministry of Panchayati Raj Swamitwa Scheme, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, National Policy and Biofuels, PM Jeevan Yojana, Satat Initiative, Ministry of Rural Development के लिए लखपति दीदी स्कीम, नक्शा स्कीम, प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना ग्रामीण, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, सॉवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड स्कीम, ग्रीन डिपॉजिट्स, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, वैश्विक भारतीय वैज्ञानिक वैभव फेलोशिप स्कीम, नेशनल क्वांटम मिशन एंड अनुसंधान रिसर्च फाउंडेशन ANRF, Ministry of Shipping, Ports and Island Waterways, Jalwahak Scheme, Sagarwala Scheme, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Skill Development, Skill India Scheme, राष्ट्रीय उद्यमिता विकास परियोजना, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, PM Young Achievers Scholarship Award Scheme for Vibrant India, PM Yashasvi, PM Ajay Scholarships for Higher Education for Young Achievers, Shreya Scheme, Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana, National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem, and Pradhan Mantri Dakshata और कुशलता संपन्नता हितग्राही PM दक्ष योजना. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म का अडॉप्ट हेरिटेज स्कीम, अपनी धरोहर अपनी पहचान, एंड स्वदेश दर्शन स्कीम 2.2. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ ट्राइबल अफेयर्स, प्रधानमंत्री जनजातीय उन्नत ग्राम अभियान PM जुगा, एंड प्रधानमंत्री जनजातीय आदिवासी न्याय महाअभियान PM जनमन. Eklavya Model Residential Schools, Marketing and Logistics Development for Promotion of Tribal Products from Northeastern Region, Ministry of Women and Child Development, Mission Shakti, Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0, Mission Vatsalya, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, Ministry of Youth and Youth Affairs and Sports, Mera Yuva Bharat, My Bharat, Department of Atomic Energy, Nuclear Energy Mission, and Viksit Bharat by 2047 and PM CARES Fund. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. It was launched in 2016, making it the third largest insurance scheme globally in terms of premium and shield farmers from crop loss and damage arising from unforeseen events. Replaced the existing two scheme, NAIS and modified NAIS. There will be exemption from service tax liability for all services involved. Objectives to provide insurance coverage and financial support to the farmers in case of failures, and to stabilize the income of farmers to ensure their continuance in farming, and to encourage and adopt innovative and modern agricultural practices, and to ensure flow of credit to the agriculture sector. Coverage covers loanee farmers to those who have taken a loan, non-loanee farmers on a voluntary basis, tenant farmers and sharecroppers. Coverage of crops. Every state has notified crops, major crop for Rabi and Kharif season. The premium rate differs across season. Uniform premium of only 2% to be paid by the farmers for all Kharif crops and 1.5% for Rabi crops. In case of annual commercial and horticulture crops, 5%. Difference between premium rate and rate of insurance shall be payable by farmers shall be treated as rate of normal premium subsidy, which shall be shared equally by center and states. No upper limit on government subsidy. Even if the balance premium is 90%, it will be borne by the government. Area-based insurance unit. The PM FPI operates on an area approach. Thus, all farmers in a particular area must pay the same premium and have same claim payments. The area approach reduces the risk of moral hazard and adverse selection. Coverage of risk. Following risks lead to crop loss are to be covered under the scheme. Aid losses due to non-preventable risks such as natural fire and lightning, storm, hailstorm, cyclone, typhoon, tempest, hurricane, tornado, etc. Flood, inundation and landslide, drought, dry spells and pest diseases, etc. Prevented sowing in case where majority of insured farmers of notified area have intent to sow but are prevented from sowing the insured crops due to adverse crop weather conditions. Post harvest losses against perils of cyclones, unseasonal rains throughout the country, localized calamities, loss resulting from occurrence of identified localized risk, hailstorm, landslide, and inundation affecting isolated farms in a notified area. Innovative technology use. It recommends the use of technology such as using drones to reduce the crop cutting experiments, drones to reduce the use of crop cutting experiments, which are traditionally used to estimate crop loss, and using mobile phones to reduce delay in claim settlements. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, it is a central sector scheme, 100% funding from Government of India. Under the scheme, income support of 6,000 per farmer 6,000 per year in equal installments will be provided to all landholding farmer families. In the beginning, when Kisan scheme was launched, its benefit were only admissible to small and marginal farmer families with combined landholdings of up to 2 hectares. Scheme was later revised with effect from 2019 and extended to all farmer families. Exclusion: farmer families who pay income tax with government employees and professionals like doctors are excluded. The family of definition of family for the scheme is husband, wife, and minor children. State government and UT administration will identify the farmer families which are eligible for support as per scheme guidelines. The fund will be directly transferred to the bank account of the beneficiaries. About Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, AIF is a central sector scheme of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. It aims to mobilize medium long-term debt financing facility for investment in viable projects relating to post-harvest management infrastructure and community farming assets. Post-harvest management infrastructure and community farming assets. AIF aims to provide 1 lakh crore for funding 1 lakh crore for funding agriculture infrastructure projects at farm gate and aggregation points, PACS, FPOs, and SHGs and their federations. Components of Agriculture Infrastructure Fund scheme: interest subvention cost, credit guarantee cost, and administration cost of PMU. Post harvest management projects like supply chain services, e marketing reforms, where warehouse and silos, cold storage and cold chain packaging units, assaying units, logistic facilities, ripening chambers, farm residue waste management infrastructure, and primary processing activities. Community farming assets like organic input production, compressed biogas, biostimulant production units, infrastructure for smart and precision agriculture, purchase of drones, sensors, blockchain, and AI in agriculture, remote sensing and IoT, nursery, tissue culture, speed processing, custom hiring center, farm or harvest automation, and solar pumping system. PM Kusum, ABC, and spirulina production, sericulture and processing units, honey processing supply chain infrastructure for cluster of crops. New categories under Agriculture Infrastructure Fund: viable farming assets. All the beneficiaries of Agriculture Infrastructure Funds for creation of infrastructure under viable projects for community building community farming assets. Integrated processing plants. Inclusion of integrated primary secondary processing plants in the list of eligible projects. PM Kusum Component A allows convergence of PM Kusum with AIF for farmer group of farmers. Alignment of these initiative aims promote sustainable clean energy. NAB Sanrakshan. AgriSure Fund of Fund scheme corpus 450 crore and direct scheme corpus 300 crore. The scheme is oriented for providing funding support to alternate investment funds, or it is Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, for onward investment in startups as defined by Government of India in its preferred sectors. An agri direct scheme aims to invest in early stage startups focused on agriculture and rural development. AgriSure stand for Agri Fund for Startup and Rural Entrepreneurs. Agri Fund for Startup and Rural Entrepreneurs. It is registered as a Category 2 alternative investment fund with SEBI. Total corpus is 750 crores, 250 crore by Ministry of Agriculture, Farmer Welfare, NABARD, and mobilized from banks. Fund's duration is 10 years from the date of inception, which can be extended to 2 years. NAB Ventures, a wholly owned subsidiary of NABARD, will act as a fund manager. Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan PM Asha scheme ensure remunerative prices for farmers, control price volatility of essential commodities to benefit consumers. Total financial outlay of PM Asha is 35,000 crore during the finance 15 finance commission cycle. Nutrient based subsidy Rabi rates for Rabi season set at 24,000 crore. So components of PM Asha, Price Support Scheme, Price Stabilization Fund, PDPS and MIS, PSS, PSF, PDS and MIS. Price Support Scheme, Stabilization Fund, Price Deficiency Payment Scheme, Price Support Scheme, Price Stabilization Fund, Price Deficiency Payment Scheme and Market Intervention Scheme. Consumer protection measures aims to protect consumers from extreme price volatility of agri-horticultural commodities, involves maintaining a strategic buffer stock of pulses and onions for calibrated release, discourages hoarding and speculation, ensures affordable supply to consumers, ensures availability of fertilizers to farmers at subsidized affordable rates, rationalization of subsidy on P&K fertilizers based on recent trends in international prices. Namo Drone Didi is a central sector scheme to empower women-led self-help groups by equipping them with drone technology to provide agricultural services. Pride Support Scheme, physical procurement of pulses, oil speeds and copra to be done by central node agencies. Price Deficiency Payment Scheme will cover all oil seeds for which MSP is notified. Farmers will get direct payment of the difference between MSP and the selling price. And pilot of private procurement and stockist scheme PPPS, participation of private sector and procurement operation to be piloted. To provide drones to 15,000 select women SHGs during the peak 24-25 to 25-26. Financial support and accessibility. Women SHGs receive financial assistance covering 80% of the drone and necessary cost. It is a collaborative venture of Department of Agriculture, Farmer Welfare, Rural Development, Fertilizer, lead-based companies. Cluster-based implementation. Scheme implementation involves selection of area or cluster or SHG groups in rural areas under the NRLM, Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, which is where there is demand for drones to provide agriculture services. Specialized training for women SHG members. One of the members of the women SHG will be selected for 15-day training, 5-day mandatory drone pilot training, and 10 days training for agricultural purpose for nutrient and pesticide application. Prime Minister Dhanya Dhanya Krishi Yojana, launched in partnership with states through the convergence of existing schemes. No separate allocation has been made. However, there are allocations for existing schemes. 1,000 crore has been allocated for a mission for pulses, 500 crore for vegetable and fruits. 100 crore for Makhana board, 100 crore for hybrid seeds, 500 crore for cotton technology mission, 1000 crore 1000 crore pulses को दे दिया, 500 crore vegetables को, 100 crore for Makhana board, 100 crore for hybrid seeds, and 500 for cotton technology mission. Key focus of the schemes would be to enhance agricultural productivity, adopt crop diversification and sustainable agricultural practices. Components building rural prosperity and resilience. It aims at addressing underemployment in agriculture through scaling investment technology and invigorating the rural economy. Atmanirbharta Impulses. Government will launch a 6-year mission with a special focus on Tur Urad and Masoor, Tur Urad and Masoor, Arhar Urad, Tur Urad and Masoor, Tur Urad and Masoor. Central agencies, NAFED and NCCF will procure these three pulses as much as offered during the 4 years. Comprehensive program on vegetables and oils to promote production, efficient supplies, processing, and remunerative prices. Grameen Credit Scheme. Public sector banks will develop Grameen Credit Score framework to serve the needs of SHG members and people in rural areas. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan Yojana (PMKMY), launched in 2019, aims at providing social security to all landholding small and marginal farmers across the country. This old age pension scheme is a voluntary and contributory pension scheme. Small and marginal farmers aged 18 to 40 years need to contribute between 55 and 200 per month until they turn 60. The LIC manages the pension fund and beneficiary registration is facilitated through common service centers and state governments. Aims to provide social security to all land holding small and marginal farmers. Small marginal farmers aged between 18 to 40 need to contribute 55 to 200 until they turn 60. Once they reach the age of 60, enrolled farmers monthly pension 3000. LIC manages the pension fund. Beneficiary registration is facilitated through Common Service Center and state governments. National Mission on Natural Farming, centrally sponsored scheme to promote chemical free and sustainable agricultural practices. The scheme has a total budget of 2400 crore and the government contributing 1584 crore. Over the next 2 years, will National Mission for Natural Farming will establish 15,000 clusters in willing gram panchayats reaching 1 crore farmers. Bio Input Resource Centers plans to set up 10,000 bio input resource centers to ensure farmers have easy access to natural farming inputs. Model demonstration farms, approximately 2000 farms, will be established at Krishi Vigyan Kendras. Farmer training aims to train 18.7 lakh willing farmers in natural farming practices. 30,000 Krishi Sakhis and community resource persons to raise awareness, mobilize, and support farmers within the clusters. Credit guarantee refers to a situation where the loan is backed by a party without the need for collateral. Electronic negotiable warehouse receipts, launched in 2011, allows transfer of ownership of a commodity stored in warehouse without having it to deliver it physically. Warehousing Development and Regulatory Authority regulates the entire operations under NWR to help farmers easily access post-harvest loans by leveraging electronic warehouse receipts. Total corpus is 10,000 crores. Loans up to 75 lakhs for agricultural purpose, 200 lakhs for non-agricultural purpose. The benefits will be to increase in post-harvest lending. Currently, post-harvest lending stands at 40,000 crore out of total agricultural lending of 21 lakh. Lending against electronic nego- electronic negotiable warehousing receipts is just 4,000 crore. Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana launched in 2020, extended till 2028. It aims to provide financial assistance to economically weaker sections affected by the pandemic. Families belonging to Annadata Aay Yojana and priority household categories, and the scheme provides 5 kg of free grain per person per month free of cost over and above their NFSA entitlements. Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the remission of duties and taxes on exported products. RODTEP scheme, Directorate General of Foreign Trade, Department of Commerce. Applicable from 2021, replacing the Merchandise Exports for India scheme (MEIS). The scheme provides refund of duties and taxes which are levied at central, state, and local level and not refunded under any mechanism. Central and state excise duty on fuel for transportation of export goods, petrol, diesel, CNG, PNG, etc., coal cess, or duty levied by states on electricity consumed for manufacturing of export goods, mandi tax levied by APMCs, toll tax and stamp duties on import export documentation, value added tax wherever applicable. The scheme provides refund of duties and taxes which are levied at central, state, and local level and not refunded under any other mechanism. Central and excise duty on fuel for transportation of export goods, पेट्रोल डीजल PNG CNG ये सब रिफंड कर देता है. Coal cess or duty levied by states on electricity consumed for manufacturing of export goods, mandi tax levied by APMCs, toll tax and stamp duties on import export documentation, value added tax wherever applicable. Refunds under the scheme are issued in the form of transferable e-scripts, which could be used for paying basic custom duty on import goods and may be transferred electronically to another party. When the road scheme was introduced, sectors like pharma, chemical, iron, and steel were excluded from the scheme due to fiscal constraints as well as on grounds that their exports were doing well even without such benefits. However, with India's export momentum hit by waning global demand, the government decided to extend the scheme to these sectors in 22. Uttar Purv Transformative Industrialization Scheme Unnati, launched in 2024 till 2034, Unnati scheme till 2034 by the corpus of 10,000 crore central sector scheme. It aims to generate gainful employment and development of industries in the northeastern region. Unnati scheme is a central sector scheme by Ministry of Commerce and Industry to generate gainful employment and development of industries. 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 Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade is the implementing agency. Direct employment opportunities about 83,000 and significant number of indirect employment. All eligible industrial units of about to commence their production or operation within 4 years from the grant of registration. Districts are categorized into two zones: industry advanced districts and zone B industry backward districts. 60% of the Part A has been earmarked to 8 states and 40% on a first in, first out basis. Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers PM Pranam. Through the scheme, the government will emphasize reducing chemical fertilizer subsidies. No separate budget will be financed through savings of existing fertilizer subsidy. Around 50% of subsidy savings will be passed on to grant to the state that saves the money. PM Internship Scheme announced in Budget 24-25, a pilot project of the scheme targeting providing 1.25 lakh internship opportunities. Aim is to provide internship opportunities to 1 crore youth in top 500 companies. 1 crore youth in top 500 companies. Internship opportunities in oil, gas, energy, travel, hospitality, automotive, banking, and financial services. 12-month internship program for youth 21 to 24 for Indian nationals who are not full-time engaged or in full-time education. Graduates from premier institutions or holders of qualifications are not eligible. Internships can be applied through the PM Internship portal. Monthly stipend is 5,000 during internship. One-time grant of 6,000 will be disbursed through DBT. Ministry of Culture Gyan Bharatam Mission for Manuscript Conservation to focus on survey, documentation and conservation of India's manuscript heritage. A national digital repository of Indian knowledge systems will be developed for knowledge sharing. The mission will be executed under National Mission for Manuscripts. 3.5 crore to 60 crore. National Manuscript Mission, Ministry of Culture, established in 2003, identifying, documenting, conserving and making the accessible manuscript heritage of India. Locate manuscripts, document each manuscript, conserve, train the next generation of scholars, promote access by digitizing and promote access to many through publication of critical editions. Ministry of Communications PM Wani scheme to enhance the proliferation of public Wi-Fi hotspots to create robust digital communications. 4 parts. PM Wani ecosystem consists of 4 parts: public data office, public data office aggregators, app provider, and central registry. Public Data Office establishes Wi-Fi hotspots. Public Data Office Aggregator provides authorization and accounting services to PDOs. App Provider displays the available hotspots, and Central Registry maintains details of app providers, PDOs, and PDOS. उड़ान 5.5 scheme, उड़े देश का आम नागरिक scheme. The Udan scheme, launched by Ministry of Civil Aviation for regional airport development and regional connectivity enhancement, is a part of National Civil Aviation Policy 2016. To improve the air connectivity to remote and regional areas, to make flight accessible and affordable in tier 3 cities, remote and regional areas, to make accessible and affordable in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Under the scheme, the airlines have to cap airfares for 50% of total seats at 2,000 rupees 2,500 per hour of flight. Under the scheme, airlines have to cap airfares for 50% of total seats at 2,500 per hour of flight. This would be achieved through financial stimulus in the form of concessions from central and state governments and airport operators. Viability gap funding, a government grant provided to the airlines to bridge the gap between cost of operations and expected revenue, and regional connectivity fund created to meet the viability gap funding requirements under the scheme. The partner state governments would contribute 20% share to this fund. Udan created a framework based on the need and formulation of Lifeline Udan for transportation of medical cargo, Krishi Udan, and international value realization of agricultural products, especially in the northeastern region and tribal districts. International Udan for northeastern region to explore international connectivity from Guwahati and Imphal. Udan 5.5 intends to promote last mile connectivity in remote regions, hilly areas, and island territories. Remote regions, hilly areas, and island territories. Roads that will be serviced exclusively with seaplanes, choppers, and small aircraft with seating capacity of less than 20 passengers. Operators will get a chance to chart seaplane routes between 80 water bodies. Around 40 helipads are also included in the scheme for operators to map out chopper routes. Under the scheme, airlines have to cap 50% of the total seats at 2000 rupees, 2500 per hour of flight, 2500 per hour of flight, rupees rupees 2500 per hour of flight. 50% of the 50% of the total seats at 2500 per hour of flight. Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region donor Prime Minister Initiative for Northeast, Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast, Divine Scheme, DEVINE, Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast, Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast, introduced in Budget 22-23, scheme duration 25-26. It is a central sector scheme, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, implemented through Northeastern Council. This scheme is implemented through Northeastern Council. Budget has allocated 6,600 crore to address the developmental gaps in Northeastern region. Infrastructure development in line with PM Gati Shakti. Infrastructure development in line with PM Gati Shakti support social infrastructure development felt needs based on felt needs of NER, enable livelihood creation, fill the development gaps in various sectors, and will not be a substitute for existing central and state schemes. Ministry of Earth Sciences promoting research in Earth System Science, Technology and Human Resource Development, Prithvi Vigyan, type of scheme, central sector scheme, to enhance the understanding of Earth and its vital signs, scheme subsumed atmosphere and climate research modeling, observing systems and services across. It addresses different aspects of weather and climate services, which includes warnings for cyclones, storm surges, heat waves, thunderstorms, etc., ocean services. Prithvi Vigyan Scheme, across for atmosphere, OSMART for ocean, PACER for polar science and cryosphere research, SAGE seismic seismology and geosciences, SAGE to strengthen earthquake monitoring and research on earth solid components, SAGE seismology and geosciences, and reach out research education training and outreach. So, Prithvi Vigyan scheme by the Ministry of Earth Sciences has subsumed five different schemes across OSMART, polar sciences and cryosphere research, seismology and geosciences. It aims at the augmentation and sustenance of long-term observations of the ocean, atmosphere, ocean, geosphere, cryosphere and solid earth. Ministry of Education, Pradhan Mantri Schools for Rising India scheme, centrally sponsored scheme to strengthen select existing schools to provide high quality education in an equitable and inclusive, joyful school environment. The schools under the scheme are to be developed as a green school that will incorporate environment friendly aspects like solar panels and LED lights, pedagogy that will be more experimental, holistic, inquiry driven, discovery oriented, and learner centric. Experimental, holistic, inquiry driven, discovery oriented, and learner centric scheme aims to provide linkage with the sector's skill councils and local industry to enhance employability and to provide better employment opportunities. To evaluate the schools at regular intervals, a school quality assessment framework SQF will be developed, which will specify performance indicators. To strengthen select existing 14,500 schools to provide high quality education through the existing administrative structure, Samagra Shiksha, KVS, and NVS. Prerna, the Department of School Education Literacy under the Ministry of Education has introduced Prerna and experimental learning design geared profound, distinctive, and motivational experiment experience. Headquartered at Vernacular School, Gujarat, weekly residential program will host 20 students on a rotational basis. Curricula has been developed by IIT Gandhinagar. The essence lies in unwavering commitment to integrate the principles of Indian education system and philosophy of value-based education. Thematic framework Bharat's unity in diversity and embodying the spirit of Vasudev Kutumbakam. Nine core values based themes: self respect and humility, courage and determination, hard work and dedication, compassion and service, diversity and unity, truthfulness and cleanliness, innovation and curiosity, faith and trust, independence and responsibility. It is designed for students in class 9 to 12. Interested students can register online through portal Prerna Education Gov.in. Edsel Vidyanjali Scholarship Program. In this initial phase, students of grade 11 and 12 studying in Navodaya Vidyalaya across the country. To enhance high quality learning systems by facilitating seamless transition from secondary to higher education, extending financial support for meritorious Navodaya Vidyalaya students who lack means. It symbolizes whole of society approach to empowerment through access and opportunities of education. Educational Consultants India Limited, only public sector undertaking working under Ministry of Education. Mini Ratna One Company, it offers management and consultancy services in the areas of education and human resource development both within India and overseas. One Nation One subscription is an initiative to facilitate better access to academic resources to India's higher education institutions. Infli InflibNet Center, Information and Library Network Center in Gandhinagar. It is an inter-university center for UGC under the Ministry of Education. Scheme is operational from Jan 1, 2025. Scheme stems from NEP, which emphasized research as a critical pillar of achieving excellence in education. ONOS aims to democratize access to knowledge and promote research. Democratize access to knowledge. HEIs currently access journals through 10 different library consortium under the administrative control of various ministries. A library consortium is a group of two or more libraries that have agreed to share resources. So, centralized single point access. ONOS aims to centralize journal subscriptions for nearly 6,300 government run institutions, offering access to 13,000 scholarly journals published by 30 international publishers. So, higher education institutions from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities will have the same access as premier institutions. Institutions need to register on the ONS platform to use it. Enhanced accessibility, expand access to the best scholarly journals, first 55 lakh to nearly 1.8 crore students. PM Vidya Lakshmi scheme, meritorious students of top 860 higher education institutions, including top 100 HEIs. Digitalization, students can apply through the Vidya Lakshmi portal, which links major public and private banks. Collateral free guarantor free loan to cover the full amounts of tuition fees. Loans up to 7.5 lakh are backed by 75 credit guarantee from the Government of India. For students with an annual family income of rupees 8 lakh, the scheme will provide 3% interest subvention on loans up to 10 lakh, and students with 4.5 lakh annual family income are eligible for full interest subvention. It is in sync with other schemes. It will supplement the already existing CSIS and CGFSEL. So PM Vidya Lakshmi scheme, top 100 higher educational institutions, state government higher education institutions, all central government institutions. Students can apply through PM Vidya Lakshmi portal, collateral free, guarantor free loan. Loans up to 7.5 lakhs are backed by 75% credit guarantee. For students with annual family income up to 8 lakh, the scheme will provide 3% interest subvention. Swayam Portal, it is a program initiated by Government of India and designed to achieve three cardinal principles: access, equity, and quality. Three cardinal principles of education policy: access, equity, and quality. Three cardinal principles of our education policy: access, equity, and quality. Three cardinal principles: access, equity, and quality. Access, equality, and quality. Mighty Bhashini initiative, path-breaking initiative at democratizing access to digital content, uses cutting-edge artificial intelligence and NLP technologies to enable users to access content in their preferred language. Launched in 22 under the National Language Translation Mission, provide technology translation services. Digital India Corporation, a Section 8 company of the Ministry of Information and Electronic Information Technology. India AI Mission, to ensure structured implementation of the India AI Mission through PPP model aimed at nurturing India's AI innovation system. It is implemented by India AI, an independent business division under Digital India Corporation. So Digital India Corporation is a Section 8 company of the MIT, which has an India AI and independent business division under DIC. So components are India AI compute capacity. It aims to develop compute infrastructure of 10,000 or more GPUs. India AI Innovation Center undertake development and deployment of indigenous large multimodal models. India AI Datasets Platform AI Kosh, one-stop solution for seamless access to non-personal datasets. India AI Application Development Initiative, critical sectors like sourced from central ministries and focus on developing scaling impactful AI solutions. India AI Future Skills will mitigate barriers to entry into AI programs and will increase AI courses in undergraduate, master's level PhD programs, and India AI startup financing, streamline access to funding, deep tech AI startups, safe and trusted AI. So there are one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 components of the scheme. Compute Capacity Innovation Center Datasets Platform, Compute Capacity India AI Compute Capacity Innovation Center Datasets Platform, Application Development Initiative Future Skills and Startup Financing. Compute Capacity Innovation Center Datasets Platform, 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 Application Development Initiative Future Skills, and Startup Financing and Safe and Trusted AI. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change National Clean Air Program launched in 2019. Long-term time-bound national level strategy. Long-term time-bound national level strategy to tackle air pollution aims to improve air quality in 131 cities, non-attainment cities, and million plus cities. Target 20 to 30% reduction of PM10 and PM2.45 concentrations by 24, keeping base year as 2017. The new target is to achieve reductions of PM10 concentration up to 40% of or achievement of national ambient air quality standards by 25-26. PM10 concentration up to 40% or achievement of national ambient air quality standards of for PM10 by 25-26. Objective is to ensure stringent implementation of mitigation measures, portal for monitoring prana, portal for regulation of air pollution in non-attainment cities is a portal for monitoring implementation for National Clean Air Program. Green Credit Program, it envisions the issue of green credits for plantation on waste degraded lands and river catchment areas. Green credits for plantation of waste degraded lands, river catchment areas. Singular unit of an incentive provided for a specified activity. Initiative within the government's broader lifestyle for environment or life movement. Mangrove Misty Scheme to enhance mangrove coverage along coastlines and salt pan lands. Meri Life, My Life app. It is intended to catalyze the national movement for Mission Life lifestyle for environment by establishing a systematic method for monitoring advancements made in Mission Life. It motivates individuals in a set of life-focused activities across 5 categories: conserving energy, preserving water, minimizing single-use plastics, embracing sustainable food practices, healthy lifestyles. Conserving energy, preserving water, minimizing single use plastics, embracing sustainable food practices. So, three phases: change in demand, supply, and policy. Change in demand, supply, and policy, nudging individuals across the world to practice simple, effective, environment friendly actions. Supply, large scale individual Changes in large-scale individual demand are expected to gradually nudge industries and markets to respond and tailor supply. And by influencing demand and supply dynamics, the long-term mission of Mission Life is to trigger shifts in large-scale industrial and government policies that can support both sustainable consumption and production. Ministry of Finance Unified Pension Scheme, developed Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, assured pension 50% of the average basic pay drawn from over last 12 months prior to superannuation for a minimum qualifying service of 25 years. 60% of the pension immediately before his or her demise, 10,000 per month on superannuation after 10 or minimum 10 years of service. Inflation indexation. Lump sum payment on superannuation in addition to gratuity. One tenth of monthly emoluments as on the date of superannuation. Assured pension plus defined contribution. Assured pension plus defined contribution. Government 18.5%, employee 10%. Defined benefits, assured pension, family pension, guaranteed minimum pension of 10,000, retirement corpus, mutual credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs will provide 60% credit guarantee by the NG, NCGTC, National Credit Guarantee Trust Company. Borrower should have a valid Udyam registration number, collateral free loans of up to 10 crore. रीपेमेंट पी अब 50 करोड़ के लोन के लिए repayment period is up to 8 years with a moratorium of 2 years. Equipment condition, at least 75% of the project cost must be allocated for the purpose of equipment or machinery, and MSMEs will make an initial contribution of 5% on loan amount at the time of applying for the guarantee cover. PAN 2.0 project to modernize the existing PAN system. It is an upgrade from the current PAN TAN ecosystem to incorporate core non-core PAN TAN activities under a unified paperless online system. A QR code will be integrated in all new and old PAN cards, and PAN will be made as a common business identifier for all digital systems. Tax deduction and collection account number TAN. TAN is a 10-digit alphanumeric number. Atal Pension Yojana to create a universal social security system for all Indians, especially the poor, underprivileged, and the workers in the unorganized sector. Administered by Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. Subscribers would receive guaranteed minimum monthly pension of 1,000 to 5,000 at 60 years. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, central sector scheme, providing loans up to 10 lakh to the non-corporate, non-farm, small micro enterprises. Non-corporate, non-farm, small micro enterprises. Individual propriety concern partnership firm schemes Shishu Kishore Tarun and Tarun Plus, covering loans up 10 and up to 20 lakhs. Tarun Plus from FY 24-25 upper cap was increased to 20 lakh for loanees with a good repayment history. NPS Vatsalya, regulated by PFRDA, account opening contribution 1000 is required to open the account. Subsequent contribution 1000 per annum is required, no maximum limit. Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Prime Minister Matsya Kisan Samriddhi Sahyojana. It is a central sector sub-scheme under Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Revised Rashtriya Gokul Mission. Its aim is development and conservation of indigenous bovine breeds. Key components include Gokul Grams, National Kamdhenu breeding centers, e-Pashuhat portal. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, National One Health Mission. One Health is integrating idea that brings different sectors together. Launched in 2022, This goal is to develop strategies for integrated disease surveillance, joint risk outbreak response, and coordinated R&D. Integrated disease surveillance, joint outbreak response, and coordinated R&D. Key stakeholders, government stakeholders, national international partners. Targeted R&D, data and database integration, streamlining regulatory and approval processes, and build a governance model. National Institute of One Health, set up in Nagpur, Maharashtra, part of National One Health Mission. Ayushman Card, the National Health Authority, issues the Ayushman Card, which offers access to public and private hospitals. Health cards are given to beneficiaries, families, and individuals are kept in health and wellness centers or nearby primary healthcare centers. Beneficiaries can use this card to avail cashless treatment at these hospitals. Janani Suraksha Yojana, centrally sponsored scheme to reduce maternal and neonatal mortality. As an expecting mother gets 1400 in rural areas and 1000 in urban areas. After delivering at a public health facility. Aim is to reduce maternal and neonatal mortality by promoting institutional delivery through financial incentives. While SC/ST women get in cash incentive in both low and high performance states, only women from BPL households get the benefit in high performing states. Ayushman Bharat Health Accounts (ABHA), Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana to facilitate cashless transactions and manage financial aspects. It is a 14-digit account number used to link all health records of a person. Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, launched in 2018, centrally sponsored scheme, subsumed scheme Rashtriya Swasth Bima Yojana and Senior Citizen Health Insurance Scheme. Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, implemented by National Health Authority. It has ABHA number, 14-digit unique identity number created using personal details. Health Professional Registry, Healthcare Professional Registry, and Health Facilities Registry. Ayushman Bharat Yojana, it has adopts a continuum or care approach comprising two interrelated components, health health and wellness centers and Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan, launched in 2016 to provide free, assured, comprehensive, quality antenatal care to pregnant women across the country. So, pregnant women in their second and third trimesters, 4 to 9 months, especially those in underserved rural and high risk areas. Ministry of Heavy Industries PM Electric Drive Revolution and Innovation Vehicle Enhancement PM Drive Scheme with a total outlay of 10,000 crore for a period of 2 years. Major components: electric two-wheelers, three-wheelers, electric buses, e-ambulances, procurement of 14,000 e-buses for public transport agencies, e-trucks, public charging stations, installation of fast chargers of electric four-wheelers, e-buses, and electric two-wheelers, three-wheelers. National Forensic Infrastructure Enhancement, NFIES, The scheme will be operated by Union Home Ministry. The scheme will be a central sector scheme, 100% financed by the central government with an outlay of 2200 crore. Vibrant Village Program, centrally sponsored scheme to identify and develop the economic drivers based on local natural human or other resources. Four states, one and one UT: Himachal, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and Ladakh. Himachal, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal, and Ladakh. सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप डेवलप करेंगे थ्रू हब एंड स्पोक मॉडल, वन विलेज वन प्रोडक्ट मॉडल. Vibrant village action programs will be created. There will not be overlap with the border area development program. Focus on mobile and internet connectivity, all weather road, drinking water round the clock, electricity using renewable sources. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Prime Minister, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Eligible beneficiaries: economically weaker section, low income group, middle income group. Implemented through four verticals: beneficiary led construction, BLC, affordable housing in partnership, AHP, in situ slum redevelopment, ISSR, and credit linked subsidy scheme, CLSS. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is implemented through four verticals: beneficiary led construction and enhancement, beneficiary led construction and enhancement, affordable housing in partnership, in situ slum redevelopment, credit link scheme, subsidy scheme. So ISSR में in situ slum redevelopment में slum rehabilitation of slum dwellers with participation of private players, assistance to eligible families belonging to EWS, demand side intervention, AHP affordable housing partnership, assistance to eligible families, government grants 1.5 lakh per house, 1 lakh per house, benefits up to 2.67 lakh per interest subsidy of 3 to 6.5%. So CLSS, credit linked subsidy scheme, is a central sector scheme. Affordable rental housing complexes for migrant workers or urban poor, and CLSS Awas Portna credit linked subsidy scheme, Awas Portal. CLSS Tracker has been incorporated in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana mobile app and Umang platform. Angikar, a campaign for change management. Technology submission facilitates adoption of modern, innovative, and green technologies. Global Housing Technology Challenge India to identify and mainstream a basket of innovative construction technologies. City investments to innovate, integrate, and sustain 2.2 cities to CITIIS 2.2. Financial and technical support for developing projects. States will be provided support, climate support action, and all three levels. Part of a smart cities mission. Smart cities mission special purpose vehicle focus on sustainable and inclusive development. The aim is to promote sustainable and inclusive cities that provide core infrastructure and give a decent quality of life to its citizens. A clean and sustainable and inclusive cities and application of smart solutions. Prime Minister Swanidhi Scheme, Street Vendor Atmanirbhar Nidhi Scheme, hand-holding support to street vendors to tide over pandemic induced economic stress, collateral-free loans of 10,000, 7% interest subsidy. Town vending committee plays a very important role. Town vending committee. Minis- Ministry of Jal Shakti, Jal Jeevan Mission, Har Ghar Jal. 55 liters per capita to every rural household by 2024. Core theme is no one is left behind. Drinking water is state subject. Based on a community approach to water and will include all extensive information, education and communication. Pani Samiti's plan comprise 10 to 15 members, 50% women members. Nal Jal Mitra Initiative, and Jal Jeevan Mission Dashboard. Swachh Bharat Mission in 2014. Mission was implemented as a nationwide campaign. Jan Andolan. Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 21-22. SBM first phase. Go beyond ODF to ODF plus and ODF plus plus and focus on making urban India garbage free. ODF plus an area is notified ODF at a point on not a single person is found defecating. ODF plus and all community public toilets are functional and well maintained. ODF plus plus an area can be declared if it is having ODF plus status. An entire fecal sludge or septage and sewage is safely managed and treated with no discharging or undischarging of fecal sludge or septage. Ministry of Labour and Employment e-Shram portal was launched in 2021. It is a flagship initiative by the Government of India to support and empower unorganized workforce. National database of unorganized workers. Key features: universal account number, single registration process, multilingual support. Objective is to establish a centralized database of unorganized workers for effective policy implementation. Ministry of Labour and Employment. Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises PM Vishwakarma Yojana launched in 2023. It aims to uplift individuals skilled in various traditional crafts, thereby preserving India's rich cultural heritage. Scheme envisages recognition, skill upgradation, toolkit incentive of 15,000 rupees and credit support. Recognition, skill upgradation, toolkits incentive and credit support. Incentive for digital transaction, marketing support. Uplift individuals skilled in various traditional crafts. PM Vishwakarma Yojana launched in 2023. It aims to uplift individuals skilled in various traditional crafts. Ministry of Minority Affairs Maulana Azad National Fellowship launched in 2009. Nodal Ministry Ministry of Minority Affairs UGC for educational empowerment of students belonging to minority communities. Beneficiaries: 6 notified minority communities: Buddhist, Christian, Jain, Muslim, Parsis, and Sikh. A monthly fellowship for GRF and 35,000. Ministry of Mines National Critical Minerals Mission will be implemented for a period of FY 24-25 to 23 2030-2031. 16,000 crore and additional funding support of 18,000 crore will be raised from different PSUs. Apart from lithium, there will be 23 other critical and strategic minerals have been identified: vanadium, tungsten, molybdenum, and platinum group. Mission Secretariat has to be led by Joint Secretary. Mission will also have a director, geologist. Empowered Committee on Critical Minerals to coordinate activities. Chaired by Cabinet Secretary. Components of NCCM: increasing domestic critical minerals production and acquisition of critical mineral assets aboard. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana launched in 2024 to provide free electricity to households in India. Under the scheme, households will provide a subsidy to install solar panels on their roofs. Subsidy will cover up to 40% of the cost of solar panels. प्रधानमंत्री किसान ऊर्जा सुरक्षा एवं उत्थान महाअभियान for farmers PM Kusum to make cutting edge technology available to our farmers and provide sources for de-dieselized irrigation to the agriculture sector. An individual farmer, group of farmers, FPO, a farmer producer organization, panchayat cooperatives, and water use associations. Each farmer will receive 60% subsidy to set up tube wells and pump sets. Kusum scheme comprises three components that have different features. Component A: install a 10 gigawatt grid connected still mounted decentralized solar plants and other renewable energy based power plants. Component B: install standalone solar pumps of up to 7.5 HP individual capacity. And Component C: provide financial support to Solaris 10 lakh grid connected agricultural pumps of 7.5 HP of capacity each. Niti Aayog Aspirational Districts Program ADP is the government's flagship program anchored by Niti Aayog to transform 112 most backward districts into model districts. At the central level, Niti Aayog is the steering the implementation, and the states have either formed a committee under their respective chief secretaries or appointed a nodal officer to implement and track the program. To create a policy convergence, a central and state Prabhari officer has been nominated at central and state level, and the empowered committee has been set up under the chairmanship of CEO Niti Aayog. ADP aims to play to each district's strength by identifying how low-hanging fruits for immediate improvement. 3 C's: convergence, collaboration, and competition to improve the effectiveness of the scheme. Convergence of central and state schemes, collaboration between different departments, and competition among blocks driven by spirit of mass movement. Key all data are live on Champions of Change portal. Vocal for Local initiative: under the initiative, indigenous local products from 500 aspirational blocks have been mapped and consolidated under the brand of Akansha. Akansha will be an umbrella brand which could be supplemented into multiple sub-brands. The logo for Akansha was unveiled under Vocal for Local initiative. Swamitva scheme, survey for villages and mapping with improvised technology in village areas. It is a reformative step towards establishment of clear ownership of property in rural inhabited areas. Provides the record of rights to village household owners possessing house in inhabited rural areas in villages. Legal ownership cards, property cards, title deeds would be issued to the property owners by mapping land parcels using drone surveys and course continuously operating reference stations networks. It will cover around 6.62 lakh villages of the entire country. The applicant should have a property in rural inhabited area and agricultural lands are not covered under the scheme. So, assuring clear ownership of property in rural areas, record of rights to household owners with issuance of legal ownership cards, all villages to be covered using drone technology to map land and borders, game changer for India's rural development. Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, National Policy and Biofuels notified in 2018 to promote the production, usage and blending of biofuels to reduce dependence on fossil fuels, advance the target of 20% ethanol blending to 25-26, expanded the scope of feedstocks including surplus grains, food grains, sugarcane, forestry residues. Prime Minister Jeevan Yojana. In 2019, the government launched Pradhan Mantri Jaiv Indhan Vatavaran Anukul Fasal Avesh Nirvanan Jeevan Yojana to provide financial support to integrated bioethanol projects for setting up second generation ethanol projects using lingocellulosic biomass and other renewable feedstocks. Satat Sustainable Alternative Towards Affordable Transportation Initiative launched in 2018 to promote CBG production and encourage its usage as an alternative green fuel. Lakpati Didi scheme, Ministry of Rural Development to catalyze economic empowerment and financial independence among women in rural areas. A self help member who has completed a minimum of 2 years and has availed the Community Investment Fund. A beneficiary of livelihood intervention through day NRLM and practicing at least two livelihood area activities. Lakpati Didi is a self-help group member. The government aims to train 3 crore women to become influencers both at home and in communities. The objective is to shift the focus from social and financial inclusion to entrepreneurial success. The program is aimed at training women in self help groups to earn a sustainable income of at least 1 lakh per annum per household. Subset of the scheme Drone Didi 15,000 women SHGs and skill training. Ministry of Rural Development Naksha scheme National Geospatial Knowledge based land survey of urban habitations. PM Swamitva was under Panchayati Raj and Naksha scheme is under Rural Development Ministry. Modernize urban land records, accurate, updated and digitalized land ownership records. Cities selected meet two criteria: area less than 35 square kilometer and population less than 2 lakh. Pilot project will be completed in a year. Drone based land survey, high precision aerial survey for accurate mapping. Web GIS platform, public accessibility. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, centrally sponsored scheme to ensure provision of Pakka housing for all who are living in dilapidated houses in rural areas except Delhi and Chandigarh by 2024. Construction of 3 lakh 3 crore houses by March 24, and the funding pattern is shared between central and state governments. RBI sovereign gold bond scheme. The money raised through sovereign gold bonds is counted as a part of fiscal deficit. Sovereign gold bonds are taxable as per the provisions of Income Tax Act 1961. The capital gains tax on redemption of sovereign gold bonds to an individual has been exempted. Green deposit. A green deposit is a fixed term deposit for investors looking to invest their surplus cash reserves in environmentally friendly projects. Lenders shall use green deposits as cumulative non cumulative deposits. Who can offer green deposits? All scheduled commercial banks, excluding regional rural banks, local area banks, and payment banks, and all deposit taking NBFCs registered with RBI, including housing finance companies. RBI's regulatory framework for green deposit lays down clear allocation guidelines for sectors eligible to receive green deposits. RBI also mandates an independent annual third party audit of allocation of funds raised through green deposits to ensure compliance and to green objectives. Eligible sectors or projects to receive green deposits, excluded projects involving new or existing extraction, production, and distribution of fossil fuels, challenges facing green deposits in India, lower interest rate. For instance, SBI offers a 7% interest rate for 2 to 3 year tenure retail domestic term deposit. Ministry of Science and Technology Vaishvik Bharati Vaigyanik Vaibhav Fellowship Scheme. The program is to be implemented by DST. National Quantum Mission to seed, nurture, and scale scientific and industrial R&D and create vibrant and innovative ecosystem in quantum technology. Anusandhan Research Foundation to provide high-level strategic direction for research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. It will have a governing board headed by Prime Minister of India. The President of the governing board shall constitute an executive council to undertake implementations of the provisions. Constitute Anusandhan National Research Foundations, Fund for Salaries Administration Allowances, Innovation Fund, SERB, and one or more special purpose funds. Objective is to provide high level strategic direction for research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Vaibhav scheme. To further those efforts, will would award outstanding scientists, technologies of Indian origin who are engaged in research activities in their respective countries. Weber Fellow would identify an Indian institution for collaboration and may spend up to 2 months in a year for a maximum of 3 years. National Quantum Mission will accelerate quantum technology-led economic growth, develop intermediate scale quantum computers with 50 to 1000 qubits, 50 to 1000 physical qubits in 8 years, 50 to 1000 physical qubits in 8 years. Develop intermediate scale quantum computers with 50 to 1000 physical qubits in 8 years. Satellite based secure quantum communications over a range of 2000 kilometers within India, 2000 kilometers within India, and long distance secure quantum communications with other countries, intercity quantum key distribution over 2000 kilometers, as well as multi node quantum networks. Mission implementation include four thematic hubs in top-tier academic and national R&D institute, quantum computing, computing, communication, sensing, metrology, and quantum materials and devices. Computing, computing, sensing, communication, and materials. Computing, sensing, material, and communication. Computing, sensing, material, and materials. Computing, sensing, material, and communication. Computing, sensing, material, and communication. Computing, sensing, material, and communication. Computing, computing, sensing, material, and communication. Jal Vahak Scheme, Ministry of Shipping, Ports, Inland and Waterways. Need to provide incentives on the lines of Europe's Marco Polo initiative to encourage modal shift. Financial incentives who should direct cargo owners who shift cargo from road rail to inland waterways. Incentive would be up to 35% of the total operating expenditure incurred on waterways. Presently, the incentives are applicable on National Waterway 1, River Ganga, National Waterway 2, Brahmaputra, and National Waterway 16, River Barak. Sagarmala scheme to reduce logistic cost for export import and domestic trade. To reduce logistic cost for export import and domestic trade. Sagamala to reduce logistic cost for export import and domestic trade with minimal infrastructure investment. Reducing cost of transporting domestic cargo through optimizing the modal mix, lowering logistics cost for bulk commodities by strategically locating future industrial capacities. It has four components: port modernization and new port development, port connectivity enhancement, port led industrialization, and coastal community development. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Skill India program. Union Cabinet has restructured Central Sector Scheme Skill India program till 2026 with an outlay of 8,800 crore from the period 22-23, 25-26. It includes three flagship schemes: Skill India program, PMKVY, PMKVY 4.0, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, and Jan Shikshan Sansthan Scheme. There are more than 2.27 crore beneficiaries. Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana provides skill training through short-term training, special projects, and recognition of prior learning. Target beneficiaries 15 to 59 years. Integration of on-the-job training. Introduction of 400 new courses on AI, 5G, cybersecurity, green hydrogen, and drone technology. Skill hubs in premier institutions like IITs, NITs, JNVs, Kendriya Vidyalayas. PM National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme 14 to 35 years. Earn while you learn model, aligning skilling initiatives with futuristic job markets. Jan Shikshan Sansthan scheme 15 to 45 years, especially women, rural youth, and economically weaker sections. Rashtriya Udyamita Vikas Pariyojana to equip individuals in comprehensive entrepreneurship training, creating job providers rather than job seekers. Tailored specifically for the beneficiaries of PM Swanidhi scheme to nurture job providers across the nation. Focus on reskilling. Rashtriya Udyamita Vikas Pariyojana. Low cost doorstep training for self employment and wage based based livelihoods, community based skilling for disadvantaged groups. Jan Shikshan Sansthan, community based initiative in industry led development through apprenticeships, provide national skill quality framework. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Pradhan PM Yashashvi Young Achiever Scholarship Award Scheme for Vibrant India, ranging from 75,000 to 1,25,000 through a written Yashashvi entrance test conducted by NTA. PM Yashashvi Scheme, Pre-Matric Scholarship, Post-Matric Scholarship, Top Class School Education, Top Class College Education and Construction of Hostel for OBC Boys and Girls. प्रधानमंत्री अनुसूचित जाति अभ्युदय योजना PM Ajay has merged three centrally sponsored schemes: Pradhan Mantri Adarsh Gram Yojana, Special Class Central Assistance to Scheduled Caste Subplan SCA to SCSP, and Babu Jagjeevan Ram Chhatravas Yojana. PM Ajay scheme. Scholarships for Higher Education for Young Achievers Shreya scheme comprises four central subsector schemes: top class education for SCs, free coaching, national overseas schemes, and national fellowship for SCs. Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana to take care of various needs of senior citizens. Components: integrated program for senior citizens, state action plan for senior citizens, senior age growth engine, senior care aging growth engine, elderly helpline Rashtriya Vayasi Yojana to provide senior citizens assisted living devices. Grant and aid is provided to the NGO for maintenance of senior citizen home, creation of pool trained geriatric care given for senior citizens to promote out of the box and innovative solutions of commonly faced problems. SAGE geriatric caregiver training provide करता है. National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem Central Sector Scheme to eradicate unsafe sewer and septic tank cleaning practices. प्रधानमंत्री दक्षता और कौशलता संपन्न हितग्राही PM Daksh Yojana to enhance competency level of target groups to make them more employable in self-employment and wage employment. SCs, OBCs, EBCs, TNTs, Safai Karmachari including waste pickers. Upskilling, reskilling, short-term training, entrepreneurship development and long-term training. Ministry of Tourism adopt a heritage scheme, Apni Dharohar, Apni Pehchan. The scheme is an initiative of Ministry of Tourism in collaboration with Ministry of Culture and Archaeological Survey of India. The objective is the development of these tourist sites which call for providing and maintaining basic amenities. Revamped version. Earlier, the corporate partners proposed vision and expansion of expression of interest, and more freedom has been given to companies, such as option to either adopt a monument in whole or develop its tourism infrastructure or provide a particular amenity such as drinking water facility or cleaning services. Swadesh Darshan scheme efforts efforts are made to achieve convergence with other schemes of central and state governments and also to leverage voluntary funding through CSR of public sector undertakings to enhance tourist attractiveness in a sustainable manner. Major themes have been identified: cul- culture and heritage, adventure tourism, ecotourism, wellness tourism, MICE tourism, rural tourism, beach tourism, and cruises. Thematic circuits have been identified: Buddhist circuit, Ramayan circuit, rural circuit. Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Prime Minister Janjati Unnat Gram Abhiyan PM Juga to improve the socio-economic conditions of tribal communities. Total outlay of 79,000 crore. Saturation of critical gaps: health, education, and livelihoods, housing, 20 lakh Pakka houses, infrastructure, healthcare, education, economic empowerment, and tourism. Key features: mapping on PM Gati Shakti portal, tribal villages will be mapped and gaps will be identified for specific scheme requirements. Focus on aspirational blocks. Aspirational blocks program targets the most underdeveloped blocks, 500 blocks across 27 states. Implementation and monitoring: 17 ministries involved. The mission encompasses 25 interventions led by 17 ministries. Mapping on PM Gati Shakti portal, tribal villages will be mapped and gaps will be identified. Focus on aspirational blocks. Aspirational block programs targets the most underdeveloped blocks, 500 blocks across 27 states and 4 UTs. 17 ministries are involved. Mission encompasses 25 interventions led by 17 ministries. Time bound execution: ministries will utilize funds for development action plan for scheduled tribes. Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyay Mahabhiyan PM Janman launched in 23-24, centrally sponsored scheme, corpus of 24,000 crores. ये पीएम जनमन है एंड पीएम जुगा एंड पीएम जनमन, जनजाति उन्नत ग्राम अभियान, पीएम जुगा एंड पीएम जनमन. Furthermore, complete coverage will be ensured: sickle cell sickle cell disease elimination, TB elimination, 100% immunization, Surakshit Matritva Yojana, Matruvandana Yojana, PM Poshan, and Jan Dhan Yojana, Eklavya Model Residential Schools. Central sector scheme to quality education, class 6 to class 12. Government plans to establish one EMRS in every block with more than 50% scheduled tribal population. Marketing and logistic development for promotion of tribal products from northeastern region. PTP NER 2.0. Marketing and logistics development for promotion of tribal products from northeastern region, promotion of tribal products from northeastern region scheme. TriFed is the nodal agency and will strengthen the job opportunities for tribal artisans by promoting their products and uplift the socio-economic status of tribal artisans. Ministry of Women and Child Development Mission Shakti, an umbrella scheme for ensuring holistic development of women. Unified citizen-centric life cycle support for women through integrated care, safety, protection, rehabilitation, and empowerment to unshackle women as they progress through various stages of their life. Components Sambal and Samarth Mission Shakti. Sambal and Samarth aims to strengthen safety and security. Samarth aims at empowerment of women. Under Sambal, one-stop centers, women helpline, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, Nari Adalat, Samarth National Hub for Women Empowerment, Shakti Sadan, Shakti Niwas, Palna, PM Matru Yojana. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao prevents gender-biased sex-selective elimination. Increase sex ratio at birth, reduce under 5 child mortality, increase institutional deliveries, enhance enrollments in schools, provide girl toilets, create awareness about POXO Act. Nari Adalats, collaboration between Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Panchayati Raj, Rural Development and Common Service Centers operated by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Nari Adalat of each village will have 7 to 9 members. National Hub for Women Empowerment act as a project monitoring unit at central level by subsuming existing schemes of Mahila Shakti Kendras. Shakti Sadan, Shakti Niwas for working women, PM Matru Vandana Yojana, Palna, Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.2 centrally sponsored scheme, Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.2 Mission Poshan 2.0, ICDS Poshan Abhiyan and scheme for adolescent girls. Technology platform Potion Tracker will enhance transparency, dynamic identification of nutrient deficiencies, growth monitoring devices, stadiometer height, infantometer baby's length, weighing scale. Mandate the inclusion of millets at least once a week in take home rations. Potion Vartikas, kitchen gardens, and nutri gardens. Potion B Padhai B education along with nutrition section Anganwadi to focus on early childhood care and education at Anganwadis. Mission Vatsalya. It also aims in states in delivering the mandate of Juvenile Justice Act and achieve SDG goals. Sukanya Samriddhi Scheme, small deposit scheme for girl child to motivate parents to open bank accounts. Ministry of Youth and Affairs and Sports, Mera Yuva Bharat, My Bharat autonomous body to provide youth with an opportunity to play an active role in various government programs. Youth in age group of 15 to 29 years with a special focus on 10 to 19 years. It is a digital platform, physical plus digital, comprising physical activity along with an opportunity to collect digitally. Will help in setting the focus of government on youth-led development and make the youth active drivers of the group growth. To provide youth with an opportunity to play an active role in various government institutions. Department of Atomic Energy Nuclear Energy Mission focused on research and development of small modular reactors. 20,000 crore to develop at least 5 indigenously designed and operational SMRs by 2033. To develop at least 5 indigenously designed and operational SMRs by 2033. To develop at least 5 indigenously designed and operational SMRs by 2033. Set up Bharat SMRs, R&D of Bharat Small Modular Reactors, R&D of newer technologies for nuclear energy, introduce new nuclear reactors including high temperature gas cooled reactors for hydrogen cogeneration, molten salt reactors aimed at utilizing India's abundant thorium resources, and the private entities would provide land, cooling, water, capital, while the National Power Corporation of India Limited will handle design, quality assurance, and operation and maintenance within the existing legal framework. तो NPCIL design quality assurance देखेगा and 5 indigenously designed and operational SMRs by 2033. Set up Bharat Small Reactors, R&D for Bharat Small Modular Reactors, and for newer technologies. Introduce new nuclear reactors such as high temperature gas cooled reactors for hydrogen cogeneration, high temperature gas cooled reactors for hydrogen cogeneration, high temperature gas cooled reactors for hydrogen cogeneration, and molten salt reactors aimed at utilizing India's abundant thorium reserves. Miscellaneous Vision Viksit Bharat by 2047. Viksit Bharat is a vision introduced by the Government of India aiming to transform the country into a developed and self reliant nation by the year 2047, marking the centenary of India's independence. Various objectives of the Viksit Bharat target are economic growth and self-reliance, economic growth and self-reliance by pushing Make in India and Atmanirbhar scheme, economic growth and self-reliance, human resource development by implementing national education policy and efficiency and promoting skill training with Kaushal Vikas Yojana, infrastructure development by fostering the smart city initiative, sustainable growth by reducing carbon emission, by adopting alternative energy sources, promoting good governance with administrative reforms and using Mission Karmyogi and e-governance, and fostering inclusive growth by raising women participation in the country and robust global leadership. Economic growth, self-reliance, human resource development. 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 Infrastructure development, sustainable growth by reducing carbon emission. Infrastructure development, sustainable growth by reducing carbon emission. Infrastructure development by sustainable growth by reducing carbon emission. Promoting good governance, fostering inclusive growth, promoting good governance, fostering inclusive growth, and robust global leadership by strengthening the position of India in organizations like UN, G20, and BRICS. PM CARES Fund, Prime Minister CARES was launched on March 2020. It was registered as a public charitable trust under Registrations Act. So, Viksit Bharat, economic growth and self reliance, human resource development, infrastructure development, sustainable growth by reducing carbon emissions, promoting good governance, fostering inclusive growth, and robust global leadership. इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ एंड रिजिलियंस ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट ये दो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स फिर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ promoting good governance fostering inclusive growth and robust global leadership. So that's all in this one. See you in the next. Here we discussed schemes by Ministry of Agriculture, Farmer Welfare, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Commerce Ministry की road tip scheme, Unnati scheme. Unnati scheme is under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. This is very important. Then Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Culture, Communications, Civil Aviation, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, PM Divine Scheme, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Education, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Finance, Fisheries, Health and Family Welfare, Heavy Industries, Housing and Urban Affairs, Jal Shakti, Labor and Employment, Mines, New Renewable Energy, Niti Aayog, Panchayati Raj, Petroleum and Natural Gas, Rural Development, RBI, Ministry of Science and Technology, and Ministry of Shipping, Ports and Inland Waterways.